Hello there guys, SSJHYPERION here, and today we're on our third episode of the revision event. So what topic are we actually covering today? Well, it's quite simple. What if Bardock went to the future? Now, let's get straight into the intro. Starting off right where we left off, we see Yamcha, Tien, Krillin, Chaozu, Gohan, and Bardock facing off against the Saiyans, who are Nappa and Vegeta. Vegeta immediately comments on Bardock's 15,000 power level and challenges him to a fight straight away. Bardock doesn't pay mind to the prince, which angers him, and sends a blast right at Bardock. Bardock, with ease, dodges the attack, followed by Yamcha having to dodge the attack as well. Vegeta is actually intrigued and decides to tell Nappa to plant the Cybermen straight away, which he does. Everyone's shocked at what Nappa is trying to do, planting seeds in the middle of a battle. Yamcha makes the remark of saying that, what is this, Jack and the Beanstalk? Yamcha is basically just making comments for no reason, and everyone is not really sure why he would say that and just doesn't even pay mind to whatever he said. Yamcha is actually kind of saddened by this because he knew he just made a stupid comment and just doesn't even pay mind to it. But panning over a bit over, you can see that Gohan was actually giving him a little smirk, which Yamcha doesn't see at the time, but it doesn't really matter right now. This leads into Yamcha basically stepping up after the Cybermen actually spew out of the ground, saying that he's going to be the one to defeat the Cybermen, which leads into Bardock shouting at him and telling him no, that Gohan's the one who's going to do this. He tells Gohan to stay at a power level of 1000 for now. And this is what he does. Charging his power level up to 1000, Gohan begins to actually starting to attack the Cybermen, which lead into him actually being at a disadvantage, as this is going to be 6 Cybermen against 1 Gohan. And basically they're starting to beat up on Gohan, and Gohan is trying to find ways to basically fight them, which is kind of what Bardock has been teaching him this whole time, using like smarts to actually win this fight, which is what Gohan begins to do. After learning the after image technique not too long ago, Gohan begins to replicate this, using the after image technique to basically compile the Cybermen, and this is what they do. They blow up. With an instant, Gohan is not even seen anymore, and everyone's shocked. Didn't he just get out of the blast? So where did he go? Immediately, he's right behind Nappa. Nappa, who is shocked, tries to punch at him, but just dodges the attack immediately. And Gohan is back to where he started. Vegeta is kind of confused. We didn't even see his power level go up. With a power level 1000, there's no way he should have been able to dodge Nappa's attack. But then Vegeta realizes that they can hide their power levels. These cheeky bastards. What are they trying to do? Trick us? Immediately, everyone gets back into a fighting stance as Bardock congratulates Gohan and tells him he did a good job. Vegeta immediately tells Nappa to be careful of these guys, because he really doesn't know what their power level really is, basically telling him to not rely on their scouters anymore, because this is the exact reason why Raditz was beaten by Goku and Piccolo. And then Bardock looks around, shocked. Wait, what? Beaten by? Wait, so Kakarot was fighting Raditz? And I killed whatever that thing was? How many times am I gonna screw up this goddamn thing? And immediately, everyone realizes that basically Bardock was monologuing to himself, and they turn around, but turn back to the fight, knowing that they can't really stay for that long. Nappa basically walks up to the little brat, and basically begins to pick him up by his shirt, saying that if you really think that you can take on a Saiyan elite, but then immediately before he can even finish his sentence, he gets kicked in the jaw, which was kind of surprising to Vegeta, who actually kind of laughs at Nappa for his idiocy. Vegeta just told Nappa that he should be careful of the brat, and he just walks up to him and thinks that he can pick him up. Nappa's just stupid. And then Bardock basically tells Gohan to raise his power level to 4000, which is matching Nappa's right now. Nappa is intrigued and actually begins to start fighting Gohan. And they're fighting toe-to-toe right now, and it's actually a pretty amazing fight. Everyone's actually really cheering on Gohan, because they haven't really seen him fighting before, and this is pretty amazing. And they're seeing Gohan really taking on the time and consideration of each move and each interval and really actually dominating the fight. Nappa is getting pissed and raises his power level up to 7,000, and it's actually starting to get on to Gohan a bit more, which leads into them having to raise Gohan's power some more, and then it basically becomes a back and forth until they basically reach a cap level of 7,500. And they're basically going toe-to-toe, and Gohan was basically looking back at Bardock, basically asking him if he should raise his power level again. But Bardock tells him no, and tells him that he has to find a way to beat Nappa without raising his power level. And this is what Gohan begins to try and do. But he can't really do much, because Nappa is beginning to spam on his DX bombers, and these things are over like 10,000, so Gohan really has to be careful. And then he begins to charge up basically like a spirit attack, and actually charges at Nappa, which is kind of similar to what Bardock did to Frieza's supernova, but it's kind of not really perfected to exactly Bardock's thing, because I mean Bardock was basically focusing on trying to get Gohan's power level up some more. So Gohan kind of doesn't really have that many attacks up his sleeve, but he's kind of right now more like a tactical fighter with just like one key attack and just a couple of key blasts. That's really all he has. So he's kind of like down on the technique, but he's still a pretty good fighter nonetheless. So we really see this taking into like fruition, and Gohan's really trying to find a way around Nappa's strength, but he really isn't really finding much. So he decides to do something different. He decides to and actually trick Nappa. This time, he goes straight ahead to some of the Z fighters, and Nappa's following right behind him. Basically, turning up as soon as he's basically charging into Krillin, he goes up and goes basically over Nappa, which kicks him straight down into the floor, and Krillin basically says, "Oops," as he basically punches Nappa straight into the face, and Nappa goes flying. Everyone's shocked. What, Krillin, why did you use so much power? Seeing that they actually know that Krillin is much more powerful than we're actually letting off, everyone's shocked. And Vegeta's basically confused again. What do you mean losing so much power? Do they think they're better than us or something? Hiding their power levels like that? Basically, Vegeta tells Nappa to hold off and back away. Immediately, Vegeta walks up to Krillin and begins to charge an attack at him. But Krillin dodges it. "Just as I thought, your power levels are even higher than mine." Immediately, Vegeta goes back and tells Nappa to follow him. Everyone thinks that the day is won, but immediately, as Vegeta begins to charge up some type of attack, and he flies up into the air. Everyone's waiting for it to do something, but it does nothing, as it begins to grow. What's going on here? Immediately, here begins to kind of like spew out of Vegeta's arms and legs, and so it goes so for like Nappa. They begin to grow into great apes. Everyone's shocked. And immediately, basically like a mouth beam begins to charge at Krillin, but Krillin barely dodges it. Everyone's shocked, and they begin to scatter. But this is exactly what Vegeta and Nappa were hoping for, basically to try and pick them off as flies. And Vegeta's power level now at 100,000, because he's kind of suppressed still, is starting to fight everyone up. And also Nappa's, who's at 75,000. So basically they're kind of starting to dominate the fight, and everyone realizes that they're going to have to cap their power levels. So basically Bardock goes to 50,000, and Gohan goes to 30,000. But it's not long before they realize that they're completely surpassed in power by the humans. Tien at 77,410, Krillin at 74,873, Yamcha at 62,603. What's going on here? And behind Boulder, they can feel Chaozu's power level at 25,805, and Yajirobe's power at 41,330. They're shocked. What's going on here? Their power levels are basically almost higher than all of them. How much training did the humans even get? Well, that's what I'm going to go into right now. See, exactly what happened in the last part was that the humans got to unlock their power levels from Guru, and not only that, they got to train in the hyperbolic time chamber and got almost a year of training. So basically giving them a power boost from Guru and giving them that year training that they already got in the main timeline, their power levels boost up farther than before. And they're getting ready to fight Vegeta and Nappa. And this is where we're going to leave it off for now. Alright guys, so if you liked this part, remember to like, subscribe, and give a comment at the end of the video. Tell me what you liked and what you think I can improve upon. Alright guys, this is going to be SSJHYPERION signing out. Later.